Hi Vogue, it's me, Aquaria, and I'm so excited to be celebrating Pride with you all from my humble apartment here in Brooklyn, New York. I know it's a little different than usual, but bear with me. I think this year, for me at least, more than ever, Pride has taken on a lot more, stop honking! Welcome to Brooklyn. We can definitely pick up on our celebration once we catch everyone in our community up to speed, but until then, there's definitely still plenty to fight for, so keep up with it. Now, like any good drag queen, I love using a Elmer's glue stick to glue down my brows. I'm going to speed up this process with a hairdryer. I'm going to repeat that same process a couple times and then finish that final layer off by setting it with a neutral setting powder. Alright, now that the glue has mostly dried, I powdered over my eyebrows and I'm just going to dust off the excess of that before we get started. Now for today's look, I'm aiming for a lot of color on this face. So to get ready for all that, I'm going to prime the face. Because I'm doing a lot of color today, I'm going to start with a pretty light base, so I'm going in with a white foundation and just layering that all on. We're just going to blend this all in, starting on the perimeter. To set my face today, I used the Puff Puff Pass Set and Bake Powder from Kimchi Chic Beauty. This palette looks a little wild, but I know that this yellow never steers me wrong. So I'm going to be going in with a lot of this and kind of just putting it wherever. Now, because I'm going to be painting my face kind of like an actual painting, I'm totally going to be jumping around all parts of the canvas until we come up with hopefully a finished product. I really don't know what I'm looking for, so here we go. I'm going to take Blueberry, that blue color. I'm going to use this on my cheeks, I think. If anything, 2020 has taught me that you never know, what cards life is going to deal you, and you just got to roll with the punches and make the best of any situation, but also not be too selfish about the situations and the hands that you're dealt. I'm gonna add some pink now, I think, so I'm gonna go in with Watermelon. We're gonna throw a little yellow on this nose. I'm feeling very colorful, which is a thumbs up as far as Pride goes. We're gonna do just a little bit of yellow over the white on the nose, just to give it a bit of an undertone before we put powder over that. We're gonna do some more pink in the eye. Now this is probably gonna stain my poor little eye, but that's okay. Anything for fashion, right? The fun thing with makeup is that you can take it all off. No, I'm kidding. That you can kind of adjust things as you're going. Oh, maybe this is like a tie-dye face. It's giving very tie-dye. We're now on step 1,000,000, and I'm gonna continue to make bad decisions by bringing black into the mix. Now I'm just going to apply a lot of white under my eyes because I'm going to try to do like a big eye kind of illusion thing. Oh my goodness. So as you can tell, I, lost a contact. My eye was feeling really irritated. And then just to keep things totally truthful, I was so not happy with what I was coming up with, and I still definitely have a lot of work to do on this face. It looks a little different in person than it does on camera, but I added a couple features and adjusted a few areas that I wasn't so confident with. I think sometimes, especially when it comes to makeup and like the internet and content in general, it's just a lot more cool to keep things transparent and real. Where I am now, I'm feeling a lot more confident. I can see where I'm going. So let's keep on continuing. I'm going to grab a black eyeliner and I'm just going to do a little wing situation and drag that out to finish creating this shape here. Now that my eyeliner is hopefully matching-ish on the top, I'm going to go in with a couple darker shadows to kind of get into these contours. So I'm also going to take, I know I'm going out of our color palette right now, but I'm going to take a little bit of a light peachy pink color and use that to, I'm using it on the same yellow brush that I've been using. I'm going to use that to blend the pink there into the white a little better. For the lips, I'm going to do a pink lip, but I'm going to first outline my lips in black. And I also am going to overdraw these lips because I definitely want them to be big and cartoony. Back when I used to go out to the clubs all the time, it was always about keeping it big, keeping it festive, keeping it juicy and glossy and glittery and fun. So let's do that today for Pride. Okay, that seems good enough. Now before I throw on a glittery highlight onto the high points of my face, I'm going to go in back with the Puff Puff Pass Kimchi Chic Beauty. Now before this sets too much, I'm going to try to brush the majority of it, not necessarily off, but blend it in. Now I think I'm going to try a couple different highlighters. And first I'm going to go in with the yellows. Yellow on the high point of that cheek. Oh, we're getting a glow. That is definitely something that is occurring right now. I'm going to do a little of that down here. Now I'm going to take a kind of clean finger, go back in with that yellow, and run that down the bridge of my nose. I also just realized that I forgot to do my little nose highlight dot thingy that I do, and because it's such a cartoony look, I feel like we definitely need to address that area. And then just to make sure that highlight didn't get too big, chiseling back around with the yellow that was on that yellow brush, which is also mixed with the peach that we put on the eyelid, which is creating a better color for the nose in the first place. So, bam! There are drag performers all around the world who have just been putting out such incredible content, especially given how rotten the circumstances in the world have been over the past year. I highly recommend, if you are not following tons of local talent yet, to please get on that. These girls are beyond the future. They are working 10 times harder to make 10 times less, and they deserve, honestly, the world. Next, I'm going to take a shimmery hot pink color on my finger, and I'm just going to boom, use that as like the highlight on the apple of my cheek here. I also want to try to use some of this blue highlight in this look. Maybe throw a little bit of this silver color at the tip of the brow. Now I was going to do individual bottom lashes, but with how like bold and graphic this is, I don't think that is going to be realistic. So I'm just going to draw some on with liner. Okay, so now that I've thrown on some very surreal bottom lashes, I'm going to go in with the Kimchi Chic Beauty Diamond Shards in the shade World Dominance, because, you know, the LGBT plus is taken over. And I'm actually going to throw that on top of all this white, because I've got nothing left to lose. I also think I'm going to put some of this glitter on my lips, because, like, whatever, you know? Alright, so that is pretty much almost the end of this look. I'm going to see if I can throw on... I'm going to try to find a top lash that is big enough to fit this look. I'm going to throw on a wig maybe, throw on some jewelry maybe, throw on an outfit, possibly. And I'll be right back. And this is my finished at-home Pride look. I really hope you all enjoyed this look. Obviously, it's super playful, super colorful, super fun, and I think it's the heightened level of brightness that we need in this world, especially in Pride in 2020. I hope you all have a wonderful Pride month. Never forget to continue Pride for 365 days each year, except in leap years when you can do 366. Are there 366 days in a leap year? I'm shook.